My guest this morning is a professional social worker and a human rights activist in Nigeria. I have the pleasure of introducing to you on Discourse Point this morning, Comrade Kehinde Akinyemi. It's a privilege to have you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's get down to the business. Senator Kashim Shettima was officially presented by the All Progressive Congress, APC, to the world as the running mate to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the 2023 general elections. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has continually defended his choice of running mate, saying that Senator Kashim is competent and Nigerians should look beyond religious and ethnic sentiment. Now, in his address during the unveiling, Senator Kashim Shettima said he never supported the Asiwaju project to be his running mate, but he supported the Asiwaju project because of moral compunction. Now, with the unveiling of Kashim Shettima as the running mate to Bola Tinubu, what are the chances of them winning this election? Let's start from there.
Well, once again, good morning, Nigerians. The choice of Kashim Shettima as running mate to Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Well, I will look first in the angle of the constitution of the country. The constitution did not restrict a presidential aspirant from nominating a particular candidate via religion or any ethnic or whatever. The constitution basically electoral law provides that you pick whoever you think can best be in that position, can best assist you, because the position of the vice president is to assist the president, because the job is enormous. Definitely there will be a need for a supporter and assistance, and a capable hand that will do what you want should be picked. In the case of the choice of Shettima now, we now find out that issue of religion has overshadowed the main reason why a candidate should pick, let me say, his running mate. Because of religion, the kind of the way we play religion in this country, I think from what we are seeing and from the look of things, we have not played enough maturity in this country. We should have moved beyond the level we are, giving consideration to religion. It may, in a way, affect Bola Ahmed Tinubu's chances, because if you look at what the comments and the stand of the body of a Christianity, you will observe that they are like using religion reasons to demarcate Tinubu, not even minding whether the other candidate is coming from the north. Despite the fact that it is the north that is currently on the throne, having spent close to 8 years now. There will be 8 years next year, May. Be that as it may, I think Bola Tinubu should have given consideration to the kind of mentality Nigerians has, because we are beclouded by religious sentiment to the extent that whether any candidate will do well or not, people don't want to know. All they want to know that is our we have been sidelined. Whereas looking inward, religion should not be a criteria at all for picking a running mate in an election. I am in a context of this nature. So definitely, with the look of things and the kind of stand that the religious bodies are taking, both sides, it will definitely affect Bola Ahmed Tinubu's chances. But the effect, to me, may not, at the end of the day, lead to his losing election if we go by what he himself considered. Because the consideration as Asiwaju gave to the choice of Shettima is the fact that Shettima is a leader, so to say, in the northern part of the country, and being a Muslim over there are more. The Muslims are more in number than the Christians. If you look at the percentage, we will say over there, 85% are Muslims. Why? Partly, like 15% could be Christians, and even the Christians are not that politically oriented in the northern part of the country. The major political players in the north are Muslims, and they dominated the entire part of the northern part of the country. So to say, it will affect. But where I see the effect is the reduction in the number of votes. Because some Christians that are either had interest in voting for Bola Ahmed Tinubu for one reason or the other. When this issue of religions was introduced, they have been changing their minds to the extent that even some party stalwarts were carpet crossing.
Carpeting.
Yes.
All right. Now, in some quarters, it is actually believed that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu deliberately picked Kashim Shettima as his running mate in order to accumulate massive votes from the north. Now, and you also said that the Muslims, they really occupy the north. They are in large quantities. Now, do you see that as a good criteria or as a smart move for Tinubu?
It is definitely a smart move. Tinubu, if you look at his pedigree, Tinubu is a real politician. He knows how to play the game. You know, of all politicians in this country, no one, to the best of my knowledge, no one has achieved the kind of uplifting other people, creating impact. While he was even in power in Lagos, he changed the face of Lagos, and it was what he the foundation he laid that other governors were building upon since then. So his influence cut across. So in that wise, I see Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a man that is thorough in politics. He knows how to play the game, and that is the reason why it took him or the party time to name the running mate. They didn't rush into naming the running mate because of some considerations, and the considerations were basically on where the bulk votes will come from. So he's a strategist when it comes to politics, and this is to show that he knows what he's doing.
Also, a statement was attributed to one of the people in the party that 65% of the people in the South are Muslims. What do you think about that?
Anyway, I don't know the criteria by which that statement was measured. Me, I don't believe that 65% of the Southerners are Christians.
Muslims.
Are Muslims. 65 are Muslims. Oh well. If I said I wouldn't know the I wouldn't know the criteria.
The criteria
used to come. I mean, to arrive at this figure. But when you are talking about the southern part of the country, it comprises both the Igbo and the Yorubas.
Yes.
Put together. You know, in the eastern part of the country, there are more Christians. In fact, there are some states in the east that virtually can you find a mosque. So there are more Christians in the eastern part than the western side. And looking at it vividly, you will see that the number of Christians and the number of Muslims can only be known if we have a good population statistics, but that is not available. So it will be difficult to precisely say that the Muslims were 65% in the south, while that is to say that 45% are Christians. Is that right? But even if that is it, look at 65%. Then look at the number of Muslims in the northern part of the country. So you want to now compare how many Christians are in the north, how many Christians are in the southern part, then how many Muslims are in the north, how many Muslims. So if you want to vote by religion, I think Tinubu will have greater chances.
All right. First, my question again is this. Even though you've said it, must religion and ethnicity play a major role in elections? And how can we go from placing religion and ethnicity as a major factor to now looking forward that, okay, now elections are coming, we want a credible candidate. We don't, whether it's a Christian or a Muslim or any other religion, how can we go from where we are right now into the future?
It will take some time. It will take a longer time to orientate and even reorientate our society, not to think along the religious and ethnic side before taking decision on anything at all, not only on politics, because religion has affected a lot of our development. What we can do is to create a kind of constitutional review that will protect, that will state categorically that religious ethnicity should not be a criteria in choosing any candidate. Rather, competence, loyalty, and other reasons should be adduced. If not, we will continue to be going round and round religious sentiment. You know what religion has caused in this country? It has caused a lot of damage. It has affected our economy. It has affected our social life. It has affected virtually everything. people can no longer travel even in the daylight. Talk less of in the night. In those days, we enjoy traveling by night buses. When we are going to Abuja or the northern part of the country, because you will get into the bus and sleep off. By the time you wake up, good morning Abuja, good morning Kano, good morning Kaduna, then you will be refreshed. When you reach your destination. But these days, it is no longer the same. Religion, one way or the other, has affected our security, social life, and everything.
All right. Even though, let's look at the unveiling of Shetima and the events that occurred there. Even though Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said that religion and ethnicity should not play a role. Now, if with that statement, it was a viral video was posted online of some unknown bishops parading as people who endorsed Tinubu. Now, if religion is not crucial in winning elections, according to Tinubu, why gather these clergymen in support?
I told you that Tinubu is a strategist when it comes to politics. To me, it's part of playing politics. You can use any strategy that you think will make you to win election. This what happened. There is in the history of politics in Nigeria, when and where have we seen a kind of display that we saw at the unveiling of Kashim Shetima, where bishops, pastors will now robe themselves and be filing up for what? Religion is quite different from politics. Even if a clergyman will appear in a political gathering, it's not going to be in uniform. But they use that to also play politics. And you see the comment thereafter, all of us can see what people are saying. They were even accusing that some a mechanic or an artisan, people that are not even close to being clergymen, were adorned with bishop cloak. So this, to some extent, I see as a way of playing politics. There's nothing about it than playing politics, and it's because we have prioritized religion over competence, over every other good reason for picking a vice president, a running mate.
All right. Let's go further. President Buhari said he is confident that the party, the APC, will win the presidential election. But if you look back, he hasn't really shown, or he has shown little concern and involvement in the party campaign. In some quarters, it's owing to the fact that he was denied privilege to pick a successor. Now, is he merely saying this, or has he been persuaded to accept Tinubu and, of course, his running mate?
Buhari is winding up, and he would choose whatever he's saying now, not to cause unnecessary crisis, chaos in the party and in the country. So that's why he's trying to choose his words. So whatever comment coming from Buhari now will not be comment that will destabilize the scenario. So being a party leader himself, being the head of the party, he will have no choice than to support whatever the party have done. So for me, I don't. I wouldn't blame the president for uttering the statement.
All right. Now let's look at the Christians in the north. Will they back Tinubu with this running Muslim ticket? Of course, they have already said that they are not in support of all this. Now,
actually, the kind of game we are playing in now, has changed the mind of a lot of Christians, not only in the north, but prevalent in the north. You understand what I am coming up with? Not only in the north, but very prevalent in the north. The northern Christians, although they are not much, they are few, but as few as they are, they also have their impact. Their impact will deviate from the norms. They are no longer thinking of competence. They are no longer thinking of what's going to be the future of the country if the country is handed over to somebody that is not capable. They are not thinking of the future of their own children and children yet unborn. All they are concerned with is that a Christian should be picked as running mate, and if not, then they will not support the candidate. So with that, we are not it is showing that our development is very, very at the lower hip. We are not growing at all. We are rather, degenerating, and it's not good for a country that is developing like us. In other climate, nobody talk about your religion, even when you are filling forms. It is in Nigeria here that when you are filling forms, they will put religion. What has religion got to do with whatever you want to obtain? Passport, you want to go to attend school. What has religion got to do? Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim. In other climes, it's not like that. Religion is supposed to be a private, personal affair. Yes. Choose whatever religion you want to. You don't even have a right to compel your child to be associated with a particular religion. Yes, constitutionally. You don't have a right. Once your child attains the age of adulthood, you can, while they were young, you can teach them along your religious beliefs. You can show them and let them know that your religion is the best, and make them practice your religion while they were at younger age. But as soon as your children attain adulthood, they are free to choose whatever religion they like. So what's the big deal?
All right, let's move over to Osun and Ekiti elections. Now, using Osun and Ekiti elections as a case study, we saw what happened.
Yes.
And we saw, especially in Osun, we saw that the people actually voted. Now, what will be the future outcome of elections in Nigeria, and how will this impact or bring about, what impact will it bring in the forthcoming election, using Osun as a yardstick, as a parameter?
Well, don't let us use Osun alone. Let's look at the two elections that were close by. Ekiti election.
Yes.
The APC had it. When it comes to Osun election, the PDP had it. That goes to show that the coming election 2023, nobody can predict. Why I say nobody can predict is the fact that what happened in Ekiti also was the phenomenon in Osun election. Vote buying. Vote buying. In the two elections, there were not much of crisis, ballot snatching, thuggery, destruction of election distribution. Destruction of electoral materials, kidnapping of electoral officers, like we used to have in the past. That goes to show that INEC are well prepared and equipped now than before.
Okay.
Then, when it comes to counting collation of results, everywhere we didn't have. There were not much of crisis. Then the result was declared. Everybody knew that the declared results were the actual votes that came from the populace, from the masses. So it is for me, it will be difficult to pin the decision down to a particular party. It's definitely going to be between the two major political parties. And one of the criteria that will determine who wins is this issue of religion. A party choose a Christian from the eastern part of the country. The other party choose a Muslim from another part of the country. That goes to show that it's a Muslim ticket. Here we have a Muslim Christian ticket. So it would now be a matter of what is your choice. Personally, although a lot of people have been influenced by what is going on now. Yes, some people have changed their mind before the crisis of the Muslim ticket brouhaha. Some people had the intention of voting Tinubu, but when the issue of the controversies of Muslim ticket
came about,
yes, they changed their mind. Likewise, some people they vehemently will vote for Tinubu, despite some Christians will vote for Tinubu, despite the fact that the body of Christ or Christians we are massively campaigning against Muslim ticket. Equally, if you look at the Muslim side, a lot of Muslim both in the north and the south are happy, and some also change their mind. They might want to vote against Tinubu before the crisis of before the controversy of Muslim ticket. But now they have changed their mind that since it is Muslim, they would rather support their brother. So it is very, very dicey the way I look at it.
All right. So looking at the masses generally and looking at Nigeria from the past elections, can you say that as Nigerians, have we progressed? And Nigerians now, coming out to vote, are they really motivated to vote? Are we progressing as a democratic nation?
Well, from the look of things, I would say we are improving. And to that extent, I look at the turnout of voters in the past elections compared with the recent Ekiti and Osun elections. There were massive turnout. And people are like already been sensitized. You know, when a government is not doing the will of the people, people will revolt against that government. I think in the case of Osun, what they witnessed there is the fact that people are not satisfied with the ruling party and the governor there. You know, to also fire up the tension there, the party itself has internal crisis. The former governor is vehemently against the return of the present governor, whereas they are from the same party, but they made it known to the public that there are crises there.
All right, let's look at the alleged perjury case against Tinubu. Now, the court has granted and, of course, ordered the Inspector General of Police to effect the arrest and prosecution of Tinubu for supplying false information on oath in respect to his educational qualifications. Now, the question is, will the Inspector General of Police effect the arrest, knowing fully well his principal is also the president, and who also happens to be in the same party with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu? How do you see this play out?
Well, the way how I see it play out, is not the first time that such case will be brought up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In the past, issue of age, issue of certificate had been he had faced a lot of crises legally, and eventually he surmounted. Yes. So what I see play out, because the ruling party is the party in power, and the principal is the head of their party, they can do and undo. The Inspector General might do the deal, but at the end of the case, the Inspector General has no authority to pronounce whether he's guilty or not. It's the court that will do that. But at the end of the day, we will see what will happen.
All right, let's move over to PDP and also the crisis going on in the PDP caucus. Now, according to Atiku, he said he picked who can deliver over Governor Wike. Of course, there's this crisis brewing in the APC and I beg your pardon, the PDP, and they've been trying as much as possible to pacify Governor Wike, but as it's in some quarters, it's also rumored that he might leave the party. What do you think about that?
Well, from my own assessment, Wike will not leave. You know, it's not only Wike. Wike also has his supporting governors.
Autumn,
Sheyi Makinde. They are strongly, you know, their position was noted at the Osun campaign, final campaign. They were conspicuously absent, and for one reason or the other, they will put up a reason for their absence. But everybody knows that it is the support for Wike that brought about their absence. I think with what is happening, they are not going to leave the party, but the role they supposed to play, they will downplay it, because already every move have been made by APC to woo and lure Wike into their party. but Wike is still resisting the attempt to cross over to APC. Why? Because he is also skeptical. Like I told you, nobody can predict what will happen in 2023. The fear of their party winning the presidential election made Wike not to want to say he's going to leave. You know, already there is clamor from Nigerians that the ruling party has inflicted a lot of sufferings on Nigerians. Look at the cost of everything. Look at petrol, look at gas, cement, rice. The major items that the masses rely on, they have skyrocketed from within within 7 years. Look at the rate at which inflation, high cost of food items had gone. So Nigerians are tired. If to go by the feelings and the comments of Nigerians, Wike knows that Nigeria will not return the present government, and if he dare leave PDP, that is going to be a colossal loss. So that is the reason why they prefer to mellow down. Although they did not they were against the kind of treatment that was meted to Wike. I mean the governors that were supporting Wike. But they find it difficult to leave the party for fear of APC losing the election. So that's why they are playing the game the way they are doing.
So what can be done to Wike? Because of course he is a strong hold in the PDP.
He is really.
What would the PDP do now to pacify him? Would they offer him some juicy?
No, I can't say here what the party would do to pacify him, but my thought would be that the party will go to the draw board and offer him juicy appointment, and a position that he will find himself comfortable in the scheme of governance, and they will give him a choice, asking him to pick whichever ministry he will of his choice he will like. That's what they will do. It is not we cannot predict now what the party will actually do for him, but the party will consider the fact that, you know, when the is it a committee or they set up to pick the running mate, when they carry out the assignment, Wike won. But despite that, Atiku is not comfortable working with Wike. Why? Because he knows Wike is a tough guy, a vice president that will stand tall with his president. That's why Atiku did not consider him for the job. But because he's still remaining in the party, because he did not leave, the party would definitely do something to make him to pacify him, so that his supporters too will not work against the party.
All right, let's go back to President Buhari now. According to a newspaper, Aso Rock cabals are influencing President Buhari's decision. Now, this is coming from an elder statesman and the Second Republic Minister of Aviation, Chief Mbazulike Amechi. He said that cabals in Aso Rock are preventing President Muhammadu Buhari from making the right decisions in the management of the country's affairs. Now, with of course, it was also said that some northern cabals played a role in convincing and influencing Tinubu into picking Shettima as his running mate.
Definitely.
Now, what is the future of the APC if this certain cabal if they continue to rule and make decisions for the APC?
Well, what I see is that the tenure of the cabals will end as soon as APC Tinubu took the mantle of leadership, of power. Everybody knows that since the inception of the present government, the cabals in Aso Rock are the one dictating the tune of everything that goes on in this country, and that's why we are not having it that good. That's why the masses are suffering to this extent. It is the few cabals that are lording it over the president himself. But I see a drastic change if Bola Ahmed Tinubu eventually become the president, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a political strategist, and he knows what to do. To me, I believe the Yoruba race will have it much better under Tinubu.
All right, let's open the phone lines for those of you who would like to take part in the discussion this morning. The numbers to call, the first number is 070-5500-1033, 070-5500-1033, and 091-6000-1033. 091-6000-1033. Those are the numbers you can call. You can also drop your comments on our social media page, I-FLIER 103.3 FM. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Evangelist Solataiwo from Ibadan here.
You're welcome, sir.
How are you, my comrade?
You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You see, before I don't think religion something to be our preoccupation now.
It has never been.
We should work on how to redeem Nigeria. The things that on the ground needs redemption. Before. But now that Muslims are bragging, they are more popular than us. I've changed my mind. Let's go to the field and see what will happen. With prayer, with everything. They will pray against APC, and they are going to fail because of their bragging that they are more popular than the Christians. You should not base your campaign or anything on religion. Let's team together. Let's team together to salvage Nigeria. That should be our preoccupation now. But the things, the events have been turned around. That Muslims are more popular than the Christians, that we Christians are dwarfs, they are giants. And no.
You disagree?
We are going to fight it. Let's see what's going to happen. If they are more popular, but God is greater than them. I see whether PDP or Labour, we are going to support them. I will tell my congregation that please, though I'm a Yoruba man, and I want Tinubu to me, but with the turn of defense,
you see?
don't think he can win again.
Can you see?
Very much.
Thank you very much for
Can you see what I said in the beginning?
You said so.
To a large extent, this controversy of religion has affected the psyche of a lot of people. They have been changing their mind. Likewise, the Muslims too. A lot of Muslims that either though did not want to vote Tinubu are now thinking of, deciding that they will go for Tinubu because of religion, and that should not be a reason for choosing a credible leader. So we are getting from fry pan to fire if we did not choose right this time. Look at what the gentleman said. He said he's changing his mind.